Thank you, everybody. It's so good to be here. Thank you. Thank you, Mary, for welcoming me. So nice to be back here. My heart was slightly broken when I walked down to Eden Burger and it was closed. But it's still a beautiful town, even without Eden Burger. And it's very good to be back here. A lot of history in this area, and I always remember when I come into town all the years of memories. We played a show here in 1994 at Veterans Memorial Auditorium, which I honestly could say, and you know because I don't say this often, was one of my all-time favorite Fish concerts. This is '94. And we remember these things. It was a while ago. And then the last time I was here, if I remember correctly, we were in the middle of something that was called Tab Survivor. So I don't know if any of you guys were at that. Thank you. You're so patient and kind. For those of you who weren't there, we were trying to get back on the road after COVID. And, you know, I've got this beautiful 8-piece band with horns and percussionists, and we were on tour, and everybody started getting COVID, like one by one. So I can't remember where we were the 3 nights before we got here, but first we were an 8-piece band, and I think the horns got COVID, and then we were a 5-piece band, and the next night the percussionist got COVID, and we were a 4-piece band, and then the next night the keyboard player got COVID, and we were a 3-piece band, and then we pulled into this town here, this beautiful town, and no one was left. So I played this show solo acoustic. And you're all so kind. So it's good to be back doing another one of those. Thank you. Let me do this one here, and I'll do a new one. But anyway, thank you. Thanks so much. So I was just thinking that song is written when we had 2 tiny little girls, you know, I don't know, 3, 4 years old or something like that. And I just was on the bus today, called my daughter, and hadn't talked to her in a really long time. She's 29 now, and it's just wild how quickly this all goes. I don't know if you guys are experiencing the same thing in your own lives, but it's a very precious thing that we all get to be here together tonight. We're all here. We're all here, you know? Do this, why not? Thanks, everybody. Good singing. Good singing. I kind of weirded out that second possum vocal. I think my mind started wandering during the second. That's what happens in these jams sometimes. Start thinking about all this weird stuff. I was distracted. I started thinking about my high school crush. I did. That's what happened. She still haunts my dreams. It was a problem. I'll tell you her name, but it was problematic because there was 2 of them. I couldn't decide between the 2 of them. So hot. They were both so. Yeah. I think they're both married now. First one, I first saw her, I first laid eyes on her when I was 6, this is true, 16. I learned what love was. And I was standing sort of like right where you guys are, in the front row at the Talking Heads concert. That was I was 16 years old. There was only one person in that band that I cared about, Tina. The rest of them were like, whatever. The singer, the guys was over there singing. I'm serious, I'm being serious. You think I'm making this stuff up? I stood right in the front row and just watched Tina Weymouth the whole night. So that was my first high school crush. Unrequited. It never went anywhere. Kept looking up at her, playing the bass. God. Tina, wherever you are, you married the wrong guy. But she wasn't the only one. Because I also, this is all really tough. You think I'm making this up? I'm not making this up. I was at 16. I saw 2 concerts that year. The first was Talking Heads. OG, you know, back when they were Talking Heads, they were really Talking Heads, led by Tina Weymouth. And then I had a fake ID. I was in 10th grade, true story, and I got snuck into the Ritz, which was on the Ritz in New York, which is on the Lower East Side, and it was, you know, it was 1980. It was like dangerous and skanky and dark down there, and it was cool. I loved it. I would sneak into the city, look for trouble, you know? It's not really like that anymore, but it was kind of like, it was a thing in New York and the Lower East Side in the 1980s. They opened up the Ritz, you know, and you could still get in with a fake ID. And I saw one of the most incredible concert nights of my life was I saw the English Beat and OG B-52s were warming up. OG, you know, first album, and, you know, Cindy Wilson came out and sang, give me back my man, you know. I think she was like 23 at the time. I was 16. And I still love her. I can't get her out of my mind. Anyway. That was a good band. All right. That's why I messed up the second half of Possum. Cindy Wilson and Tina Weymouth's fault. And I'm going to carry on now. I don't know where I'm going with this here. All right, here we go. Let's see. All right. I don't want to get in the middle of that. It's none of my business. Oh. Every night on this tour, I say something that I get worried that it's gonna like end up on the internet and someone's gonna. I don't want David Byrne to be mad at me. I love David Byrne. He's not gonna be mad at me. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Don't listen to anything I say up here. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for being here. The funny thing is that you get to this point. I'm not even going to say this. I don't want to tempt fate. I mean, it's like not, you know, it's not a funny thing. It's kind of a poignant thing. But after all these years, like 41 years, you know, of playing, when I'm talking about playing with Mike and Paige and Fish, you know, it's weird. It's like people keep coming up to you, us, the 4 of us. We hear this a lot. And it's like, you know, guys, we'll hear this backstage, like when we're at the Garden or something like that. They're like, it's pretty rare that 4 people last that long in a band together. If you really... It's very rare, actually, if you know, with the same members. And, you know, the other thing that I'll just say, you know, unapologetically from the depths of my soul is that, you know, the amount of love that we have for each other is you know, we crack up. Mike called me this morning, Paige called me I talk to these guys every single day of my life. I mean, they're by far my favorite people. And so what I was gonna say, the kind of poignant thing is like, we're gotten to the point now where we're backstage and we're kind of like, shouldn't we like hate each other by now or something like that? But we don't. It's weird. Really, I know so many people in bands, and it's, you know, the thing about like being in a band is it's kind of like getting locked in a van with your 18-year-old friends and never being allowed out. Think about it for a minute. Like, think about who your friends were when your 3 closest friends when you were 18. And imagine if somebody put you in a van and locked the door until you were 60. That's pretty much what happened. And like, shockingly, I like them even more now. But the poignant part is that you kind of start, you know, like before, like we go on stage and stuff now, we'll like look at each other and be like, you know, we get one more night. That's kind of how it feels. And, you know, and hopefully that'll go on for quite some time, but. And I feel that way tonight, that the first time, you know, I think the first time I played, you know, nearby was at Statues in 1990. You know that? You remember that? Statues? Statues? Statues. Yeah, that was in 1990. Fish played there. Yeah, is it still around? No Statues anymore? See? That's what I mean. I'm sure Statues thought they'd be around in 2025 too, but they're not. So you gotta, like, you know, take every moment like the blessing that it is. And that's why I like to say it. I'll say it. I was gonna say it. I do one more song and then I'm gonna shift gears on you. But we're all here right now. And thank you for being here together with me for this like beautiful night. That's it. It's as simple as that. We're all here. So I'm gonna do this song and then I'm gonna do a little gear shift. So while they're pulling this out, this thing, so I mentioned, you know, Give Me Back My Man with Cindy. So there's a video online. I'll just turn you guys onto this because it's fun. I watch it. It's from the same tour that is like I think it was like about a week before 16-year-old me snuck into the Ritz with my fake ID and saw this. B-52s played at the Capitol Theater, and there's a 1980 video of Cindy singing that song at the Capitol Theater. It's black and white. If you go home tonight, check it out. It's really badass. You'll see what I'm talking about. But anyway, I'm just, you know, it's fun. Look it up. 1980, Capitol Theater, B-52s. Give me back my man. Thank you, Jeff. So this is my friend Jeff Tansky. Jeff and I met when I was working on a musical called Hands on a Heart Body. Thank you. And we've been friends ever since. That must have been like 2015. So we're gonna play a couple songs for you. We hope you enjoy these little ditties. Okay. Just make sure we're playing the same song. I'm gonna try this song because I mentioned mentioned that when I met Jeff, I was working on this play, Hands on Hard Body. So this is this tune. Let's see how this goes. I haven't played this in a while, though. Thank you. I didn't practice it either. I'm expecting an E for effort here. Is this going on my permanent record? You remember that? I can't believe I'm telling this story. I remember when I was in 5th grade. If there's young people in the audience, don't do that. Just because I'm telling this story, just. I went to school and I had this big black magic marker. I can't believe I'm telling this story. Anyway, I don't know what I was thinking, but I wrote, "Fuck you" on the wall. Like, this black magic marker. And I remember, like, going to the principal's office. I don't know what I was thinking. And, like, sitting there and getting yelled at and everything. And it was like, "This is going on your permanent record." I really remember that very clearly. It was like, and I'm like, really? Is it really going on my permanent record? Well, I guess it is now. It's on my permanent record now. I don't know why I don't know. My permanent record. All right, I'm gonna try this. I'm trying to remember.